Hello, hello, and welcome into the dungeon. A stream hosted by the Manga Kissa, where me and my friends play Dungeons and Dragons, where we follow their characters through the world as they embark on an epic adventure. Last we left off, our heroes foiled an ambush on the road south of Dawnhaven, fighting with a bunch of gnolls. After speaking to the gnoll leader, the party discovered foul magic had withered the flora of the surroundings. Breaking the ritual circle after an arduous journey, life started returning to the area slowly. Deep below the island surface, behind multiple circular inactive arcane barriers, the party found an insane spellcaster who swallowed a purple glowing stone and transformed into a disgusting monster. The party laid waste to the creature and now stand in the wake of battle. The monster has just been killed. It lays sprawled on the floor before you. You are in a dank cavern. What would you wish to do?
Well, there are two things I would like to say and check out. Because I'm standing on what looks like a runic altar. Is what I'm standing on blood?
Let me see where you're standing. No.
Okay.
That is carved into the floor. The visual looks like blood.
Okay.
But the actual arcane circle in the ground is carved in and filled with a black, what do you call it, dried substance.
Okay. The second thing is I'm going to say something to Salafier, and that is, you're really going to keep that thing, aren't you?
Keep what thing exactly?
Oh, you just got a thing out of this beast, didn't you?
Did I?
I think so, you did.
I believe you haven't yet.
Oh, you
No,
haven't yet. My
no.
apologies then.
I
Then I will keep that.
I believe where we left off, we had slain the beast, but further than that, we didn't do anything.
Then I
to it
refrain
yet.
that line for until you have it.
Okay, speaking of which, I know that this crystal is supposedly inside of this beast, right?
Yes.
Does it compel me to get it?
The moment you saw the crystal, you knew that was what you were here for.
Right.
So in a sense, yes, but it is not forcing you.
No, right. So
it's more like calling.
Yeah, fair. Okay. And how is this beast situated? Because it had a fairly large mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
You, in your short stature, can easily crawl through the creature unhindered. Because
Go into the mouth.
It's quite a large beast.
Okay.
The teeth are about the size of from your palm to your finger.
Right, okay. Then I would like to open its mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Put my rapier, as like, one of those little metal prongs you put up if you're looking under your car hood?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that, basically.
Okay, sure.
Just make sure that it keeps open, I guess.
Easy to do.
I throw a glance at the rest of my party, and I say, "Forgive me."
I have a simple question. How well is a rapier going to hold open a mouth?
He could situate it between like two teeth, like lock it in there.
Okay.
And the point of the rapier can be buried into the flesh, sticking into the bone. So the rapier bends, but it doesn't snap. It seems to hold it open for now.
Fair enough. So, like I said, I'll look at the rest of my party and tell them, "Forgive me." And I start going into the mouth of this thing.
Ugh.
Okay.
Nasty.
It is pretty nasty. It stings horribly.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm like not that phased.
Mm-hmm. It's about like the stench of the sewer, but it's different kinds of stench.
After Salavier has been fully into the creature, I just say to the rest of the group, he did know that we can just cut open the beast, right?
I think he's just eager to smell like trash.
Goblins.
I do not hear this.
What did you say?
I do not hear this.
Ah. Well, then...
Do I need to roll anything to try and get this crystal? Because
Can you give me a general dexterity check?
like a
Like
dexterity
just add your
save?
dexterity modifier. Which is for mostly avoiding, like, the stomach acid, weird juices, of which you don't know what they will do.
Right, yeah, that's a 17.
Not sliding down the throat into the stomach, that kind of thing.
That's a 17.
17 is enough. When you go through the throat area, which becomes tighter, but you can still go through it with relative ease.
Yeah.
You notice yourself slipping a bit. It's like, uh-oh. And you bury your feet into the sides of the walls and you stop. And
Right.
luckily, the stone is within an arm's reach of you.
I grab the stone. I skedaddle as soon as I possibly can.
You skedaddle back, and before long, a now coated in various kinds of mucus Salavier exits the creature.
Ew.
Trust me, Leon. Tis far from my preferred state of being.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
Okay. I'll take your word for it.
But it was this that I came for. And I hold the crystal up.
And this is where I say the line.
Maybe you should repeat it.
So you're really gonna take that thing that turned a guy into a demon?
I know not what it is, and I did not know that this is what it could do.
Well, we just witnessed it, and you deciding to take it with you.
Correct.
I don't
I
know.
mean-
I don't know about you guys, but normally stones that do that kind of stuff aren't the things you should have.
I'm
Trust
not
me,
one to talk.
I know not what it is. All I know is that this is what I came for. This
Right.
is what he set me to find.
Yes. As you hold the stone and look at it from various angles, first of all, you don't feel compelled to eat it, like the previous owner did.
Okay.
And if you look closely, the light within the crystal seems to pulse like a heartbeat.
Eat it, eat it, eat it, eat it, eat it.
I will not eat it.
Damn it.
Yes. And for now, the stone is in your possession.
Okay. But I would like to take my time to study it. I mean, somehow I wanted to get this thing.
So you want to meditate on it, basically.
I want to inspect it.
Inspect it.
I want to see what this thing is, or what it does, or what it's supposed to do.
So,
Let's
Brenna,
see.
yeah, this is the moment, right? I've taken notes, and you should now pay respects to the body, right?
I
I
I'm gathering my strength after that.
mean,
Ugh.
even if he looks like a beast, he was a being before. So, according to your laws, and I looked it up, you should be paying respects now.
Yes, I know. I'm just catching a breather right now. So let me have my moments, and then I'll make sure that the body is properly taken care of.
Way ahead of you. And I move forward to the mouth of the beast because I want its teeth.
Well, is it still a beast after the crystal is removed?
Yep.
Okay.
It died as a beast. It remains a beast.
Otherwise, I'll have humanoid teeth. That's fine.
Ew.
Uh,
So if you're going to harvest them, I'd like you to give me a medicine or survival check.
Boyo, you know I got medicine.
Ooh, 17, nice.
Whoop, whoop.
Let me get my dice for that. Let's see. You get 20 teeth from the Otyugh, or Otyugh, I believe it's called.
Otyugh.
Oh,
Yeah,
to with a Y?
yeah. I'll ping you the name.
Otyuk probably.
Got it. Don't worry. Got 20 of the bastards. Yes.
There you go.
I don't know what I'm gonna do with them, but I got them.
Yeah, they are roughly 15 to 20 centimeters long.
Quite big.
Yeah, they're about as big as a dagger. Each individual one. They're kind of sharp and they stink.
Just stick like a big spike in one end, and then you have like a dagger, handmade dagger.
Yeah, exactly.
Or throwing knives.
Or throwing knives.
I'll have 20 throwing knives, thank you.
20
Anyway.
stinky throwing knives.
Yes.
Very stinky throwing knives. I do a little catching up the breath with like a. Okay, I'm spent right now, so but I'm just very curious as to why this altar is here. Was it made by that monster that was a human before? Or was there something else?
Does it really matter? It's stopping now.
I'm pretty much actively ignoring everything that's being talked about right now because I'm too busy honing in on this thing.
Yeah, let me get to you.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's why I'm not responding to any of it.
Yeah.
Actually, we were actually looking around the ruins before we entered to this room, and it seems to be some sort of contraption to keep something in or out. However, it doesn't seem active at all.
I want to put out a little side note that Brenna would recognize these statues, wouldn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
These are all
Yeah.
statues of Kalimvor facing the middle arcane circle.
Okay. How does a ritual spell work again?
There's a different kind of ritual spell I'm using in the game as like a story element, but you have the ritual tag on certain spells, which means you can, if you have them prepared as a cleric,
Yeah.
take 10 minutes extra time to cast one of those spells,
Yeah.
and then it doesn't cost you a spell slot.
Right. Gotcha. That's what I want to do. on the corpse of the body,
Mhm.
gentle repose. And
Gentle
I'll-
repose. I believe that
basically
keeps the
they
body intact, right?
The target is protected from decay and cannot become undead.
Ah, that's very nifty.
So basically, I'm doing like what Ardius said of like making sure that the body is properly preserved and like made it so that it doesn't become what I hate the most.
Yeah.
I basically do that as the ritual. So it's like I say a prayer for the spirit to leave into the ether, to basically like just all the shit that a priest does to a body to make sure it doesn't fucking.
We
Yeah.
can kill an animal and keep it from decaying.
Yes. If
We
I have...
we can carry food with us that doesn't require to eat and doesn't go bad.
Yes, if I have the time.
Yes. Do note that you can only really preserve one item per spell. So if you're going to take like 200 rations, then there's probably not enough time
We
in a
can
day
just
to do all of them.
we can kill a cow, bring the cow. We can just take a lot of meat with us.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I suppose. But please don't disturb me in my.
No, you do your thing. I'm planning ahead for longer journeys.
Just 3 a.m. Hey, Brenna, our food is getting bad.
Preserve it.
Do your thing.
We'll never have to eat worm again.
Yup.
Meanwhile, Arceus is in a research spree. And I'm like, oh, anyone knows what this statue is all about? There are 4 of those. Does anyone know who it is?
While doing the ritual, I'm looking at the statues for a quick moment and like, that's our god,
Oh.
Kalimvor.
Quick scribbles. While I'm scribbling, I'm walking up to that altar thing to look close up at it.
I would like to join Arceus.
Move yourself towards the altar thingy.
I would like to join too, actually.
What would you wish to do with the altar?
Oh, nothing
Rub
special.
my face on it.
Inspect it, I'm guessing.
I'm just looking at anything interesting about it.
Can I intimidate the altar?
You can try. Yes.
Solid
The stone,
information.
being an inanimate object with no intelligence nor self-awareness, ignores your intimidation attempt.
I'm going to take that. It is too scared to react. So I win.
Yeah.
I see. So, Arceus, as you are inspecting the altar, and I think Irie is as well, either of you can roll an investigation.
Can I also do anything with history, or isn't that anything interesting?
This would be more a religion thing.
I mean, religion, history, they're connected.
Yeah, but not in the sense that you can use or substitute one check for another.
Whatever.
I'm afraid I'm too preoccupied by the vile creature.
Just keeping the eye out, like, is it moving again? Okay, no, it wasn't. So with your investigation, the circle around the altar in the middle seems to be again of a protective nature, and in the middle of this altar is a what do you call it? A little hole where this stone probably lied, and on the altar in a circular fashion, roughly around the edges of this stone, there is another intricate arcane circle, which is deactivated.
I would like to cast Detect Magic to make sure that there's nothing foul or we're not disturbing anything.
So like this hole, is it obvious that that stone laid there?
Not necessarily, but you can put 2 and 2 together.
Okay, so
like there's a stone that roughly would fit in there. There is a small nook where it could sit. You're not stupid.
Yeah, okay. Irie, you said all of this is protective magic, right?
Indeed.
So, what it was actually protecting should be in the center of it, right?
I would assume so.
I think all this magic, all this protectiveness is to protect that stone.
Mayhaps, but is it to keep it in or stop it from leaving? That's the same thing. Wait. Now I'm confused. Is it to keep the stone here forever? And will it stop us when we leave? That's kind of the question that I'm asking myself right now.
Yeah, the only thing is, whatever that stone is, it should be like powerful or dangerous to be kept in a place like here.
I'm intrigued that Calamvor has somehow asked our friend, and I gesture to Xalavier, to retrieve this stone. And when you look at this chamber, it seems like it's being built by him or his followers. That's a bit strange, isn't it?
Well, it's not strange to ask a follower of Calamvor to retrieve an item in the domain of Calamvor. It's just, and it's of course always with the gods, why? And why now?
Indeed. And why is all the magic inactive? That's also a bit strange.
May I share my view on this right now? This crystal was indeed protected by Calamvor, but I'm kind of guesstimating that our friendly neighborhood monster boy over here basically got rid of all the wards that protected it in the first place. That he deactivated all those runes we saw on our way here, and the fact that someone managed to break in here warned Calamvor or someone in our following that this stone was being taken, and therefore Calamvor sent us, Xalavier, to retrieve this crystal now to keep it safe.
Would it be? I'm not a religious follower, so I might be suggesting wrongly. But would it be logical that Calamvor has asked of us to stop the stone from being stolen here and reactivate the protection magics?
Mr. DM?
Yes.
How distracted am I still?
For the moment, you are in trance, which is what I'm going to do.
Then I will keep my mouth shut.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm wondering if I've learned anything from the detect magic.
That depends. Do you cast Detect Magic as a ritual, or do you just instantly cast it?
I instantly cast it.
Okay. Aside from the magical equipment you carry and Zalafier's stone, nothing seems to be magical. Which means for a ritual such as this, that it's been a while since it has been dispelled.
Right.
So,
And the school on the crystal is conjuration.
That's odd. So I want to walk up to Xalavier and poke him.
hold up. Wait,
No
wait,
response.
Oh.
Real quick little interjection. Miss Ivy, are you
Yes.
capable of reactivating these runes?
Oh, that's. I would assume not, but can I? DM?
Make me an Arcana check.
All right.
No.
I'm afraid I've spent too much of my magical power already today, Miss Brenna.
Not only that, but these runes are a bit beyond your capabilities for now. Like, this is some very high level stuff.
There you have my point. We cannot reactivate the protections. So the best way to protect the stone from being stolen is to keep it with those that belong to Kelenvor. Therefore, it's in the best hands with us. At least that's what what I would surmise from all this.
In the meantime, Zalavier, you stare at the stone for a moment, trying to ignore the voices around you, and almost as if going into a sleep status, you focus your gaze on the crystal, on the pulse within, and the world fades into a different room. A temple. A temple very familiar to you. This is the temple of your home. And instead of there being an altar, where you usually gave your prayers, there now stands a man. Quite large, larger than Leon, roughly the size of a giant, with a ironclad shield, heavy, full-plated armor, and a blade at its side. You instantly recognize this person to be Kelenvor himself.
I kneel the fuck down.
No need, champion. Rise. I did not call you here for worship.
I rise but keep my gaze averted.
You are allowed to look at me, if you so wish.
I try to ignore the request, but my eyes shoot up from time to time.
Zalavier, I have called you to act. You must have seen the enchantments on the stone surrounding the crystal. A ward to keep this stone in, to protect it from the dangers of the outside. And yet someone, over time, managed to break through those barriers. And they misused the power. They used it for their own selfish, vile ends. To not only use it as a power source, but to use it to bring harm upon others. That is not the way of my clerics, not the way of me. So, I chose a champion to secure this stone, to rid it from the hands of a vile monster. That champion is you. And I know your struggles. I have seen them ever since you were born. Your disappointment when prayers would go unheard, even when there was one close by who was listened to every single time. And you, equally as devoted, equally as holy, and yet nothing. I must say, I am sorry for tormenting you so long. For I needed a strong champion that never backed down, even in the face of desperation. And you, Zalafier, have now earned that respect. You have earned that power. And I wish for you to have it. But with this power comes a plight. This is one of 4 stones that the vile cultists of the beast have used to seal my power. They limited my abilities to give clerics their rightful magical abilities to help paladins slay evil and to make sure the course of life and death goes in the right direction. And today, the first step into restoring that balance has been taken, for which I thank you. Look me in the eye, Zalafier.
I do so at once.
And he kneels for you. You have my blessing. And he rises back up. I would have no one else use this power for greater things. Once you find more, I can relay more information about how I can give you the power to thwart this evil. And the world again fades back to the ritual circle you were sitting beside, the statues of Kalimvor, and your friends, associates, acquaintances, bickering amongst each other about what the ritual circles mean. The stone in your hand is gone. But you have this feeling that you can still use its power as you summon the blade. A golden purple shimmering power
So as I jump back to consciousness,
Mm-hmm.
for the rest of the group, you can see me invoke this blade. I pull it close to myself. I close my eyes and I say aloud, "Anything for you, my lord."
I'm not gonna say this in character because it's mean and absolutely not, but outside of character as a joke. Simp.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Nice. Anyway, you return back to the world. And for those paying a little bit of attention, Salavier seems to exit his trance. Stone nowhere to be seen.
Did you lose it already?
Did not lose it.
I
Then
hope,
where is it?
I hope you didn't eat it because, you know.
I turn around, throwing my cloak slightly behind me as I let go of the blade. And I assume it vanishes?
Yes. And more specifically, good for you to know,
Mhm.
the arcane crystal has seemingly shrunken in size
Mhm.
and is now on the far end of the pommel of your blade. So you wield an ethereal blade, essentially,
Mhm.
with a actual material crystal lodged in the end.
So if my blade vanishes, like the crystal just falls?
No, the crystal also vanishes. But it
Right,
seems like your
okay.
blade, while immaterial, the crystal seems to be material.
Ooh,
Right.
Swansea.
Interesting.
But like, do I still have the crystal now?
You don't have it on your person as an item.
No.
It is fused with your ethereal weapon,
Right.
your hex blade.
Yeah, but that disappears.
Yeah.
So
the
it's-
crystal
so does
So
the
does
crystal.
And if you summon the blade again, the
Uh-huh.
crystal is still there. So it is now permanently part of
Right,
your
okay.
hex blade.
Fair. Right. So I let go of the weapon, and it disappears.
Mm-hmm.
The crystal is in the safest place it could ever be. Amongst his servants.
And Brennan just sort of goes like sort of like jazz hands towards Olivier. Told you.
Oh, yeah. I didn't pretend to understand all this, but I don't understand.
I look back at Brenna. She looks pretty bruised and beaten, right?
Yeah.
She's pretty gone.
Right, okay. I walk over to her. I put a hand on her back and I give her my potion of healing.
Oh, thank you, Olivier. And I
Slurp.
slurpees.
If you drink the potion, you can heal 2d4 plus 2.
2d4 plus 2. 7.
You heal 7 hit points.
Well, that's better.
Right. I'm heading home. It's already too late, and I head off.
Okay.
I look towards Olivier and like we basically surmised that this was to protect that stone. This body of a monster that was a human before broke through the security, and so we're taking it upon ourselves to protect it from here on out. instead of these wards. And, well, we can leave now, I think. Let's bring the good news to the kobolds.
The gnolls.
Oh, gnolls, right. Sorry.
Is it finally time to claim our earnings and have a
Yes.
rest?
Yes.
Finally!
That would be nice, a rest.
And again, thank you.
Thank you three for indulging us in our necessary.
It was a matter of urgency, and I'm again sorry for not notifying you.
Just remember,
Just leaving.
after what we saw, you could have ended up dead down here if you didn't go. Just keep that in mind.
You're absolutely correct.
Now I really, really want to sleep, so I'm heading off.
Right.
Yeah. We start walking back through the tunnel and pop out on the island and use the same way back over the ice.
Yup.
Yes. You can surely, taking a bit of your time to retrace your steps, go back the way you came.
Before we leave, I want to throw a really quick prayer towards one of the statues.
Mm-hmm.
So like hey, mwah. And then go.
More or less, yeah.
Just a little kiss of the fingers and then tap the statue and then go.
We are thine skill, for your weight is ours to bear. And I also start heading off.
And you return. On the way, you see that because the time has passed a little, a bit more of the flora roughly around the edges of the lake started wilting up again. The same as the tree you saw. A bit of the color has returned, but this is going to take a while. And after a few hours, you return to the Gnoll village. One of the guardsmen, looking out, greets you,
Hi ho.
and he says something in Gnoll, which I believe none of you speak.
Should we transition to the world map?
Ah, right.
Yeah, that will be handy.
There we go.
Whoa! Look at this.
Got
Hey.
a new map.
This is changed. Oh my gosh.
There's a lot
made
of
a-
lines on it.
Yeah, I made a bit more fancy one because I had some time.
Nice.
So for you, I have filled in the names of the general regions,
Mhm.
the town names, which are important because this is an empire map, and the routes are the main trading routes between all the towns and those out on sea. Those routes are relatively safe, so you won't usually encounter any real trouble on there aside from the elements, and except for the southern road, there's also merchants you can come across. There are smaller villages which are not displayed on the map.
I mean, you're saying other merchants to steal
Yeah.
from, right?
No, we don't steal from merchants.
Damn it!
That is all very dependent on how much bounty Leon is willing to gain through the course of this adventure.
I think that's down to what he can steal.
come back to turn in this Knoll quest, and we get immediately sent out to kill Leon instead.
It's like there's this asshole that has been robbing the merchant. Like we just fixed the gnolls.
Anyway,
Anyway.
the guard Knoll, we just sort of like go like we're heading back into the village, if that's all right.
Yeah, he
Sort of-
lets you in. He knows who you are. He just doesn't
Yeah.
speak your language.
Yeah.
So he's very friendly and says something like probably hi in Knoll or welcome back. But
Who
you have
knows?
no way of understanding, so it just sounds like Hera.
I do a little excited wave back, like
He gives you a thumbs up.
yeah.
No idea what it's about, but he's happy you're happy.
Oh! I just realized I never took my rapier back.
Ah. Well, Zalavier would have probably remembered taking it as he crawled right next to it.
Out of
So
the beast.
I'd say
yeah.
you have taken it with you.
Right. Phew.
Basically towards the city center and like where they had the meals and that sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, I'm eating now. And
I have
then-
one important question though.
Yes.
Is our horse still alive?
Good question.
I mean, we did leave it in a village of savages that have a, famine problem.
Yeah, so I wouldn't put it beside them if they killed the horse to eat.
That's rude.
I mean, wouldn't you?
Yeah, fair enough.
They're literally
Um,
hyena people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
okay.
we parked the cart and the horse like a little ways away from the village, right?
Yeah,
No, in the village.
I believe right
village?
somewhere on the cusp.
Because we don't want the horse to run away.
Yeah, like you
Yeah.
kind of have to tie it down, or otherwise it's just going to be like, I'm hungry.
Let's go find food.
Let's go find food, indeed.
Leon, you can just pretend to want to brush the horse or something and then check if it's still there.
I'm not even going to pretend. I'm just going to actively be like, I'm going to check up on the horse to see it's not dead.
The horse is still there,
Alive.
Yay!
alive.
Okay, that's the key word that I needed.
Yeah, fair enough.
The horse is still there, dead.
It was implied, but not said. No, the horse is alive. It seems okay. It's used to travel.
3 Knoll children are biting at its ankles.
Maybe a bit cold, but just fine. The stables provide a little bit of warmth, but not much, as there isn't like a fire in the stables.
It's a horse. He'll be fine.
That can be arranged.
Fire!
Yeah, just set the entire stables on fire.
Yes.
That'll keep him warm
Yeah, and
for the rest of
toasty.
his life.
So now we
Right.
have
And we'll have a free hot
food?
meal afterwards.
food and shelter.
God damn it. Anyway, you have food. You take a long rest.
Well,
Goes off without the hitch.
First off, talk to the elder of the village, and go like,
Yes. Yes.
we've taken care of the problem, and
Oh.
the vegetation should be recuperating itself over the next few days.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you.
And if you don't mind, I'm going to sleep now. Because it's been a very long day, and I'm very tired.
Understood. It is quite late.
So, good night, and we'll see you in the morning.
Good night. And you
And-
take your long rest.
I can just imagine like Brenna like being all small and cute, but like having the loudest of snores, you know, like. But yeah, long rest. We wake up. I do my usual morning routine of just
Well,
meditating and
before we skip to that,
Mm-hmm.
Zalavia gets a bowl of gruel, I guess. Whatever it is they serve here.
Mostly leftover things.
And leftover
gruel.
things it is.
Yeah, like the things they robbed from merchants, but they are rationing it, so they don't have to steal like every 2 days.
And what does the rest of the group do? Like, Brennan goes to bed.
Well, I also have a meal first, yes, but
So
yes, I go to sleep.
there are a few things I want to do. Obviously, eat, have a sit down. I was also promised to look at a pile of looted shit.
A pile of looted shit. Meaning?
That they got off merchants that I'm allowed to look through to see if anything is useful.
Right.
So they took most of the food.
And food is not really my interest now.
Like, they took the clothes because then they can clothe them warmer for the winter period. The weapons have been taken, so there's not all that much.
I'm asking about, as we said earlier in this campaign, shinies.
Yes.
Shinies. Goblin
there's-
shinies.
Yeah. So there's a small few strong boxes.
Okay.
Most of them contain like a small amount of coin.
Okay.
Something like on the road. Like 10 silvers, 4 or 5 golds, mostly to sell something on the road, which are most usually not the very big things, or buy food if they ever got into trouble for whatever reason, for example being robbed. And one of them contains a jeweled necklace.
Do tell more, please.
What would be appraise? Is there an appraise skill in 5th edition? It would be jeweler's tools, I think.
Yeah.
I have persuasion. I have insight.
I'm gonna persuade this necklace that it's worth more than it's actually.
Yes. Well, that's what
Worth-
you do to the merchants. But
Yeah, true.
I can insight.
Like maybe there's because insight is wisdom, so you sort of like remember like similar kind of things you collected, and therefore stolen, collected, and therefore you kind of sort of can sort of guesstimate on the value of it. So therefore insight, I guess.
I believe in 5e it was relegated mostly to a spell, namely Identify.
That's for magical things, though.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Identify is mostly to identify magical stuff. You could use it for this.
Shall I just do this?
I gave you a perfect explanation for insight. So use insight. There. Done. It's 21 anyway, so.
So what is your intelligence modifier?
That's why I wanted to use insight and not intelligence.
I know. But remembering is all intelligence. Wisdom is more like the common sense kind of...
Can I not base it on the things that I've stolen in the past? Because if not, then it's a -1.
It's a -1.
Yeah.
Well, that would be an 18 then, which is still pretty high. So this is a sapphire necklace, which
Ooh.
would probably sell for roughly 40 to 50 gold.
That's quite nice. I do
And
love me some
the-
sapphire. As a person that knows sapphires, as a actual person,
Yeah.
what kind of color sapphire is it?
What would be the most common sapphire color? As a person that knows sapphires.
I mean, the most desired color for sapphire is, as stated, sapphire, blue.
Mm-hmm.
But they come in a range of colors, except
Yeah, but
red.
so what's the most common type found
Blue.
in like mines and stuff? Blue. So
Blue.
then it's a blue one. It's not high end. It's just a nice little trinket one of the merchants had lying around to maybe sell to a person who'd like it. And the amount of coinage you gather from the various strong boxes comes about 20 gold, 37 silvers, and roughly 80 coppers.
Can you keep this amount in your back pocket right now? I'm taking that I have the elder with me because he can talk and oversees the things.
Yeah, I'd say you would be in the presence of the elder while doing this.
So
With a few eyes just looking at you if you don't do any funny business.
I turn to the elder
Mm-hmm.
and I tell him I can take this necklace, or I can give you another proposition.
The proposition being?
Well, I do have some interest in looking into the future. And I can try and make something work. Give you something more to do in life than just try and survive here on your own.
Yes.
How about I leave the necklace and I go back to the big city of Dawnhaven and try to convince someone to start an active trade here. And in return,
require some convincing.
And in return, you will share some future things with me.
Future things such as?
I don't know what you're capable of just yet.
Well, if we were capable warriors, then we'd probably have taken care of our this problem ourselves.
Every place has its specializations, Rain. I presume you have as well.
Well, we're quite... Well, some of us are quite adept at woodwork. You know,
Well,
carpentry.
that's it then. I would like, for a future investment, trade in for wood and furniture and the like.
I think we can arrange that. Are you looking to build a house? Or furnish one?
Not necessarily, but it never hurts to have a backup plan.
Fair enough. Then I will graciously accept.
Then I'll leave these things to you, for you to start trade with.
Mm-hmm.
I hope I can find someone to convince.
I think that goes for the both of us.
Well, I'm tired now, so I'm gonna go to bed. Have a good night. Don't die. And with that, I leave.
Night goes on, and you wake up relatively late, because it was very deep into the night when you returned to the village. The village seems to be hustling and bustling. People seem somewhat joyful, actually. And when you go outside, you see that the life around the village has started to spring up a little bit.
Jubilation and jolly jolliness, I guess. I stand outside with my with my hands on my hips, and I go, we did some good work today, or yesterday, I guess.
How well did I sleep?
Quite well, actually. Satisfied with your accomplishment, satisfied with the recognition of your abilities. Was quite a good night.
Okay. First thing I want to do is I want to find Argius and Irie.
You can easily find them.
Okay, and are they anywhere close together, or what are you guys doing?
That's just a question of how many baths are there close by. I mean, those gnolls do have baths.
Do they?
Yeah, do they?
The gnolls do have a bath. Like they have a bathhouse, but it's not warmed.
Oh, Argus doesn't care.
He goes for his morning soak.
I need me water. I don't care if it's cold or not. I just want my water.
You sit in your water.
Argius is a sponge, confirmed.
You can.
But given that he's gone to a bathhouse, I doubt that it'd be extremely easy to find Argius, because I'm not super familiar with his morning ritual of having to bathe.
If you ask around the party, there's probably someone that can point you in the direction. Like, yeah, he went to a bath.
I think it's going to be easier to first find Irie.
Yeah,
most
probably.
likely, depending on what Irie is doing.
Well, I was sleeping, obviously.
Okay, yeah, but after you're done sleeping.
I'm having a long morning in bed.
Okay. Well, dang. I don't want to disturb that either.
I've used a lot of magics.
I mean, it would not be that out of character for Zalavier to go head to a bath, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he likes to keep sort of prim and proper, I guess. So, I ask around a bit, and I find out that Argius has gone to the bathhouse. So I'm gonna head there.
Mm-hmm.
Do you still smell like sewer? Because that would be a great
probably.
idea. Yeah.
Salafier hasn't bathed yet. There is a bit of a stink coming from him.
So, two birds with one stone, as they say. I head to the bathhouse.
You enter the bathhouse.
How big is the bath? Can multiple people join in?
Well, it's a village of gnolls, so it is a series of baths. Each bath roughly holds one person.
Mm-hmm.
But there's 6 or 7 baths there for each gender.
This must have been like a human village before.
Could have been, yeah.
Before it was taken over.
No, you don't understand. Like, there's 6 or 7 baths per
Yeah.
gender. For like a normal person, it's one person fits. But for
Well, I mean, yeah, we're party members, but I'm not that close to Argus yet. You know, like. So, like, are these in the same room, or are they like cubicles, or are they stalls, or?
They're more like the toilet stalls near, like a swimming pool.
Right.
So they're not completely closed off, but at least made so you can't like directly see one another.
Right. Okay. Well, then I go and have myself an extremely chilly bath. As I take place, you know, like.
It's about a temperature of 2 millimeters.
2 millimeters.
Oof. Oof.
millimeters.
Yikes.
Oh, I
Yikes.
gotcha.
But yeah, though, as I take my place and I settle into the bath, I mean, I don't yell, but I say, like, sort of forcefully, I heard I could find you here, Argus.
It takes a few seconds, and then he asks, "Yes, I'm here. I'm taking my morning bath. If I can, I do that." And he talks slowly, like slower than normal.
Right, okay, yeah. I get it, he's cold. I wanted to tell you how much I appreciate your assistance yesterday. It was extremely selfish of me to expect you to just run along, even though we had a rough day before that. But as Brenna has explained, her theory held true. In that cave, I saw a vision. As soon as I held the crystal aloft, it showed me a visage of Kalimvor.
So, okay, so that crystal is related to your religion.
Correct.
Interesting.
And it was held there for safekeeping, but
Ooh,
the wards that were meant to protect it seem to have been deactivated. And as a result, I was recruited to champion our cause and salvage the object.
I'm just interested. Like, there's one thing I want to know.
Anything.
This temple was obviously a temple for your god, right?
It would appear that way, yes.
Are there any records of it in your old, like, temple? I mean, they should know about it, right?
I don't know. Are there, Mr. DM? Am I gonna have to roll a religion?
1 moment, I have to fix my audio a bit because I'm a little bit too sensitive.
Oh, being sensitive again. Gosh.
I'm so sensitive, you guys.
Stop crying.
Yes. Now that I've got that out of the way, could you repeat the question?
Argius asked Zalavier if our church, the one that Brenna and I belong to, if we would have knowledge about the existence of this temple.
As far as you know, there's no records of this specific site being taught to any of the acolytes.
Being
Maybe it is taught to like the higher up people, but you don't know.
being safe more than an acolyte. For I started this journey, I was not told about the existence of this, or any other temples for that matter.
Look, I don't know how much you know about my being here, but one of the reasons I came up to the surface was to, see new things, research humanity. And I soon discovered that it isn't that easy and then just recording things and take everything for granted. And now you've just, apart from your recklessness, entered me into the most interesting puzzle I've encountered yet. And I want to find out what all this is about.
Olivier, gently smiles to himself. Well, if you can excuse my recklessness.
Mm-hmm. I mean, what is that crystal? How did it get into your weapon? Why is this temple there? Why was it protecting that crystal? I have so many questions and no answers.
And I share your sentiments, friend. I too would like to find out.
So,
And
let's do that, okay? Let's forgive the things we've done. They've already happened. I had a very, very long night. But let's find out what is actually happening here and why this temple is a thing.
I would be happy to have you by my side, Argus.
Thanks a lot. Now I'm gonna have a little soak and then I'm gonna get back up.
We should get you to a slightly warmer climate.
Yeah, I didn't know places this cold actually existed. My god.
Truth be told, I'm not very familiar with it either. Yet it's somehow, I don't know, refreshing? I shall leave you to your soak. Thank you for
Yes, thanks a lot.
humoring me. And I would like to take my leave again.
You take your leave.
I dry off.
After washing up.
Yeah. No, I wash, all of that stuff. And now I want to go see if I can find Miss Irie to see if she can do the handy dandy, hey, your clothes are dirty, not anymore trick. That'd be nice.
Oh, I'm a dry cleaner now. Nice.
Mm-hmm. Welcome to Prestidigate.
Prestidigate. By this point, has Irie come out of bed? Or
I
is
don't
it just
know,
like, it's cold outside, give me 5 more minutes?
That's probably what will, if you knock on the room, that's probably what the answer will be.
Okay. Well, then I would like to go and see if I can find Irie. But given your answer just now, I'm gonna assume that you're still in bed.
Indeed.
Alright. Then I will go up to your room and softly knock on the door.
Wait a minute.
Just a minute.
You hear some scuffling, basically, and then a perfect minute later, the door opens.
Oh shit, a perfect minute.
Of course.
Damn.
It looks like I just thrown on a robe and I'm just kind of rubbing my eyes. Sorry.
Miss Irie?
Oh, good morning, Master Salivier.
Good morning. Mind humoring me for a minute?
Yeah, that's good, Jan.
Do I enter the room?
I don't know. Do you?
Am I allowed to enter the room? Yeah.
I'm fine with it.
Okay, so I enter the room.
Yes.
I still stink because I'm still wearing the same clothes.
That should be enough of an indication. Oh yeah,
Okay.
let me get rid of that smell for you.
Oh,
And I kind of hesitantly touch your clothing, and they turn clean.
heck yeah.
Ew.
No more monster guts. I I find a chair and I sit down. um, about yesterday, I again would like to apologize and maybe shed some light on a thing or two about what happened and why I was so keen on getting the task at hand done as quickly as I possibly could.
I appreciate your apology. And I believe I've made myself fairly clear before we journey to the island.
Crystal,
Good.
I had a vision about what was to come, what was happening, like an alert. It felt a lot like I was specifically being drawn to there because the wards' deactivation. You saw the magic imbued within the shrine and the hallway leading up to the shrine.
Yes.
It had become dormant, meaning that whatever was in there, which turned out to be the crystal, was at risk of being stolen. And it so happens to be an artifact that my and Brenna's deity puts a lot of value into.
I see, indeed.
It might sound slightly delirious, but he has told me so. And Zalavier has like a little bit of a proud smile on his face. Like it's just the fact that he was spoken to by his god is a really big deal, you know.
Yeah, fair enough.
So yeah,
Delirious, you say? Ah, that's a description I've heard many a time. In any case, I can see that this is important for you, and that we've handled correctly.
however, my lack of notifying any of you was nothing but incorrect, and I realized that we are on this journey together. I shall not leave you by the wayside.
I
My
will
deepest
tell you
apologies.
straight on. I feel like you're the person in the party I can trust the most. I
But
don't
I
know
give
if
you a
that's...
gift.
Yes.
You're not here.
I know, but I give you a gift.
Leon,
Feel offended.
Leon echoes through your mind. Leon will remember this.
Is this everything I meant to you? I even let you meet my mother.
Oh, that's true. In any case, I don't know if you can trust me. I don't even know if I can trust me sometimes. But, let's just see where it goes.
You're not very unlike Brenna and myself. You put your faith in something that has been laid out before you. And that I can appreciate. It's not blind devotion, obviously, but
I suppose. But
sometimes all we need in life is some guidance, and I trust you. Especially after last night, I'd be foolish not to.
well, let me warn you immediately then. Do not trust anything that tells you half-truths. Which is the curse of this ability I have, I suppose. How can you trust something that is quiet in the most dire times, I would say. And then you shows you everything when everything is quiet. In any case, I believe we have some things to attend to. I actually woke up because of your knock.
Oh, right. My apologies.
So
I shall be waiting for you to prepare.
thank
And
you.
I get up and I tidy the place I've been sitting, and I walk towards the door and I leave. And as I close the door, I say again, Irie, thank you. And I close the door behind me. And I head towards, I don't know, like the breakfast room? Which is, I guess,
There's a
the same
common
place
room.
as the like place where we ate yesterday.
Yeah. Which happens to be the same place where you slept. Because they're using the common room to preserve as much heat while they were light on resources.
Oh, they cuddle in their sleep for warmth.
I mean, they had a rough time the last few months.
Aww.
Oh.
They're
Alright.
so cute.
Anyway,
And I patiently wait until my party collects again, I guess.
I still have a thing, if you
okay.
are willing to indulge me.
Yes.
Leon, as he gets up and start doing things, he runs around town, going, "Brenna, where are you?"
In the common room, just eating some breakfast.
Ah, there you are. Now, I may want to wait for this later, but you know what? Which I'm like the present. So, you remember what I told you along the way?
A refresher would be in due place.
Awesome. So I'm now going to ask you the same.
Well,
What are your secrets?
my secrets?
Everyone has their secrets. What's
Oh,
yours?
my secrets.
What's your secret?
I don't really have a lot of secrets.
You don't have secrets.
Well, like munching breakfast, just like sort of like half paying attention to the conversation.
I'm gonna guess that I joined Brenna after I left Irie's room.
Yeah, probably.
Am I there already or not? At this point.
I would like to have a private moment, so let's say that I'm slightly further ahead.
Yeah,
As
okay,
you have done two things.
so like I come down back to here, like at the end of the conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically. A secret? I don't really have a lot of secrets, but I guess the skull that I'm wearing with me all the time, that I'm using to channel my divine powers. That's my father's skull.
Well, that's pretty heavy.
While eating. Yeah, you see, my father went on a sort of a crusade to well, spread the word of our great God, of course. And well, he died, and basically, to preserve his legacy and his teachings to me, I was given his skull as a way to stay in contact with my God. So it's very precious to me, and therefore, well, that's sort of, it's not really a secret. I don't really mind sharing. Just, maybe a bit weird for some people.
Yes, it's a little bit weird. It is. I don't really know how to continue this because, carrying the skull of your father around is heavy, but
If I've been dealing with death and preserving the dead and making sure that the dead travel the ways they need to when they die. So it's really sort of a sign of respect and like a humbling experience. So it's sort of a how do you say it in my experience, it's normal for me to have my dead father with me. He guides me by way of sending Kalimvor's word to me. So
wait.
that.
Just tell me if I'm getting this wrong.
Yeah.
You talk to your dad, and your dad talks to your god.
Yes.
So you don't talk to your god.
Well, no. Because talking directly to a god is an entirely different experience, so to speak.
I want to roll something. I want to see if Leon is connecting the dots because I'm having an idea, but I don't know if Leon is. So I'm just gonna do a quick roll. No, Leon's not gonna question it. So he's like, "That's sorry to hear about your dad, but damn, carrying him around."
Well, it's the way things go. Everyone dies at some point.
Not heroes. Heroes don't die.
That's why I carry him with me.
He's your hero.
He is my hero, yes.
I'll toast to that. And I grab like
Sort of
help that we have or something. The little clink.
like a morning drink of like some kind of beer ale equivalent, because there's no real like clean water usually around anywhere.
Well, they got snow. They can boil snow.
Yeah, okay, I suppose. Anyway, so a little clink and then like back to breakfast. And I think that's a good time to a break.
So, if anyone else has conversations they'd like to do with another, we'll do those after the break. We'll take about 10 to 15 minutes. get some food, some snackies,
Go to the loo.
go to the loo, rehydrate yourself. Maybe turn on the heater if you're cold. And we'll see you in a bit. Sander?
Is Sander aanwezig?
Geluid is aan.
Hello, everybody. It's not like you've heard my voice a lot today. Hey, it's me, Zalavia, reminding you again that you can subscribe to our Twitch channel and follow us if you'd like. We stream bi-weekly for this D&D stream in particular, but we also stream some other things by our friends at Manga Kissa. With that being said, all of our episodes that we have put up in the past are slowly making their way to YouTube. So make sure that you look us up on there. If you type in Into the Dungeon, you can find us on the Manga Kissa channel on YouTube as well. We will be posting a new episode pretty much every week until we're caught up, and then we will be releasing a new episode every other week. So the weeks that we're not streaming, there will be a new episode up of the session that we streamed previously. So you can drop a subscribe there as well if you'd like. So you can get caught up on where we are and what we've done in the past. You could also join our Discord. We have a Discord for this specific stream that is open to everybody. If you'd like to join, ask us any questions, or just hang out and talk to any of the players, then you are welcome to join us. We will also post some content relating to us, to our endeavors, and we will also be announcing our streams there for the people that are willing to join. Apart from that, you can drop a follow to the amazing artist that made all of our character portraits for the stream. Go to Instagram and look for Sasoriza with 2 eyes. She made all of the fantastic art that you see, and we would really appreciate it if you go show her some love. And besides that, I think that's pretty much it. We will be continuing the stream now, and I hope you will enjoy hearing my voice a lot more again, apparently. Bye!
Hello, welcome back. Before the break, our characters had a few heartfelt conversations, went back to the Knoll village, and took a night's long rest before continuing their way back to Dawnhaven and getting their reward. So for this particular trip, it is again 4 days. I want to speed it up a little. Last time was fun, but we're not going to do this every single time. So if one of you would roll me a 1d10.
One of us.
Ooh.
I mean, if no one wants to, I'll roll. Okay, there we go.
Oh!
Dun, dun,
Nice.
dun, dun.
A 10. Okay. Your trip is relatively uneventful. And nothing unusual happens. The weather is nice. You continue on your merry way. And you arrive back at the edge of Dawnhaven, right before the outer walls.
Is it a lot warmer here, or?
4 days of travel at roughly, what would be it? Like I think 5% of the continent. It is a little warmer, a few degrees, not super much. But if you're looking at the map, you see the little foot thingy down to the way at the entire south. That is quite close to the South Pole of this world.
Right.
While the top of the Lakian theocracy, which is not shown in this map in particular, is roughly in the part of the globe where a jungle would form.
Right.
So you're about roughly halfway.
Alright. Well, I mean, at least it's a little bit warmer.
And the guards outside of the gate check your business, and you are allowed into the city. And you are now standing within Dawnhaven. What would you like to do?
It's good to be home.
I bet it is, Leon.
Yes. That was.
So, what's the plan? Shall we immediately go in advance to collect the bounty for our mission completed, or?
I guess so. There's not much else to do, is there?
For the time being, yes.
Well, as we left, we were trying to keep a low profile, and has not even been more than a week.
People
Barely
forget
has been.
quickly, don't worry.
I mean, we do stand out.
You stand out. I don't.
That is a fair point.
You don't?
Very well.
You're quite tall. And you have an aura around you.
I'm not a
Not
giant.
to be rude. Not to be rude, but it's kind of like a, look everyone, I'm here aura.
I don't know if this is gonna land well, so I'm just gonna try this. Darling, I am here.
Ooh.
I see you are.
Leon gives a little wink.
So some woman on the street just goes like,
No, correction, Brenna just goes, what?
no.
Brenna's jealous.
I'm carefully hiding away my infatuation.
Give me a deception check.
Damn it. Okay, fine. Deception, click. Haha.
You have no idea.
Damn it!
I mean, someone else. I mean, Irie could check if she wants to have an insight on that.
Do it.
I walk up to Argius.
Oh no! Sorry.
Oh.
So you clearly see Brenna trying to like hide, like, oh man.
I give her a sly smile.
This makes her just blush even more. Like, oh god. She knows. No.
As I said, I walk up to Argius and I say, whilst the rest of our party is oogling, shall we advance?
Fair enough. I also need to do some groceries so we have enough food the next time.
Yes, that would be wise. I shall see if
Very
I can
wise.
also purchase another healing potion just in case. Proved rather useful. So, so what do we do? Does the rest of the party stay oogling? Do you oogle so much that you do not see Argius and me leaving?
No.
I would like to go to the giant that we got our quote-unquote quests from.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were going to the
Not a
blacksmith,
giant, but
right?
it's a blacksmith. But the point still stands. Yeah.
Yes, I
You
would like to.
know where to find his blacksmith or his
Well,
smithy.
that's also where Argus and I were headed. So.
Ah. So the three of you.
Right,
Uh,
Argus?
What?
Yes, I
Quick.
am right.
This
Okay,
first
well,
and then shopping.
Quick question.
Mhm.
What do we do with the cart and the horse?
Oh, we can just stall that at my house.
Okay.
Most districts in the town do have a place to stall your horse for a while, like parking spots. But if you want to keep it parked somewhere for quite some time, there's going to be a bit of a fee involved for someone looking over it.
I'm sure my mom will love to have a horse.
You can drop it off at your mom's house.
Welcome to my parents' house.
Was
Sorry.
curiously looking at the other friends you have, but sees you're busy and waves you off.
Don't forget the knoll heads as proof.
Oh yeah, I'm taking those. I'm well aware.
Just checking.
I had one left,
And then we go.
and then we go.
So you arrive at the blacksmith. The man himself is working the smithy. And as you walk in, those are some familiar faces.
And a new one as I throw the null head on his floor.
Shit!
Classy.
You are disgusting.
I mean, you wanted,
Yeah, but not on my forge.
well, it's a nice decorative piece.
And he sighs very heavily, and looks at the rest of the party like, why?
Like our-
Brennan sort of shrugs like
I shrug in tandem with Brenna.
And so,
Like our savage friends just said, yeah, we got rid of the problem.
I don't take quite very. No, I'm not savage. You need to have proof of these things, or else you just say you done it and then you get money. It's not. You should think about this. It's not savage. How it goes. Gonna make these requests. This is how it goes.
I mean, it's also very rude to just throw the head of a dead person onto the table of someone else.
It's a null.
That still counts as a person. They're self-aware. They can talk. Like, I don't care it died. I do care that I have to clean my table now. Anyway, I take it you've killed or otherwise convinced the gnolls to back off?
Yes. And with that, I have a business proposition.
Okay.
So, you know that town in the area, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have been starved of trade, and they would like to start trading again. Is there anything you can do to make that happen?
Wait, so there's been a village there that's been taken over by gnolls?
That's not
I
what I
sent you
said,
in-
but that's what you're saying.
So it's not gnolls then?
That's not what I'm saying, that's what you're saying. I'm saying there's a town there that's been starved of trade that wishes to start trading. Can you make something happen?
I have a few merchant friends who can probably rustle up some things. What do they need?
They need food. They don't have spectacular amounts of wealth, but they have a base amount. Send some food over. They'll pay for it.
Okay.
And then they can start negotiating on what they can trade more trade goody.
So, do you have a name for me?
Nope.
Someone I can talk to?
Nope.
Uh,
You just have to get there, talk to the people that are there.
I raise a finger, like, what was the elder's name again?
Binful.
Yeah. The village elder's name is Beeville.
Oh, so you do have a name.
I forgot it.
Well, I helped bury their dead, so I kind of know a few of their names at least, and at the very least the elder's name.
Right. But the elders, their spokesperson. So, a guy named Binful. What race would they be looking out for?
The people that are there. You're not gonna mistake them for anyone else. Trust me.
Yeah, I'm liking this lesson as this conversation goes on.
Because
I
you're
wanna
asking
know-
too much questions. I just want merchants to be there. They're not gonna kill anyone. They're gnolls, okay? You happy?
Oh. So what's this all about the null problem then? Can you elaborate?
Is this really necessary? Do you need to
mean,
have these questions? How about
I'm-
this? Coin. Information for coin.
I'm paying
how
you
it goes.
serious coin to fix a problem I had.
And it
I
is
kind of want
fixed.
to know what I'm going into.
Well, this is a new deal. This is a different deal. Do you want me to go to someone else?
Leon? Leon.
You know what? If you're gonna do it like that, then by all means, go to someone else.
This guy's shit. I leave. Don't forget my money, please.
I'll give it to your friends. No worries. So, any of you lads or lasses care to elaborate the problem to me?
This
Or the
is
situation?
This is the first time I've heard of a trade deal.
Well,
Okay.
I'm guessing Leon had made a deal with the elder while we were otherwise occupied. But in essence, the reason why those gnolls were attacking the merchants in the first place is because they were starving.
Oh,
Because their land was forsaken and through
right.
rather too much to explain right now.
So magic mumbo jumbo.
Yeah,
Their
exactly.
crops like died or something, or their hunting didn't go as well,
Yeah, exactly.
and you fixed that.
And we fixed that, so the problem for them is gone away. But there is still possibility of trade with them because they're actually a very peaceful sort. They just want to live on their own, so to speak.
Right. Then I have an idea.
It was desperation that drove them, not greed.
I can understand. I mean, they let people go that didn't want to fight, so at least it wasn't out of a sort of malice. Like the cohorts up, what was it, northwest, I believe. But that's a story for another time. Anyway, thank you for fixing this. Here's
The
your
problem has been
pile of money.
solved, has been fixed. So yes.
Here's your pile of
for
money.
For our coinage.
How much money do we get, Mr. DM?
You get 1 gold each. No, you get the promised
Wow.
I slay the
2,500
blacksmith.
500 for
25.
each of you.
I slay the blacksmith.
You slay the blacksmith. Whoa.
No,
Was his time to die?
Damn.
It was his time to die. Stab.
Who am I to argue?
He was too rich. And you got-
500 gold, Jesus.
That's a
Christ.
hefty coffer.
yeah, you got some money from some rather rich people.
So, who wishes to bring our earnings to an enraged Leon? Not
Let me-
me.
Let me talk to him.
That's a good idea.
Hey!
Ah. Would Zolovier now change his mind? I'm wondering.
I don't know, would he?
Just observing Irie saying something along those lines, and Brenna being like, "Hey."
I just mean to calm him down. That's all. There's no weird hidden context there. Nothing of the sort. I will take this money and I'm going out.
I look Brenna straight in the eye and I say, "In his name."
Xalavier, we need to go shopping. Let's go.
I can't promise that.
We have rations
Yes,
to buy.
yes, Argus, I will be there in a minute. In his name, Miss Nighthand.
I cannot promise that. There might be some infatuation, but I will keep that to myself until I find the right time to do something with it. For now, it's just to calm him down and to speak with him and see where he is going. Where do we meet? When we get back together again?
I assume a bit away from the blacksmith.
I go like that tavern we stayed in. Oh no, wait, that will be kind of a messy deal right now. Still, probably. Well, let's meet up at the main square, I guess.
Come meet us in the market.
Yeah.
Argus and I mean to go there.
Exactly. We'll see. I'll see you there with Leon. And I head out the blacksmith and like follow after Leon as quick as my little legs can carry me.
Irie, are you joining us?
Sure. But before I leave the blacksmith, I kind of want to help him scrub his forge if I can.
He has taken a towel and started to clean the blood off of his forge.
Prestidigitation.
What?
Indeed. Because you can actually clean 1 cubic foot at a time or something.
Yeah, you can clean up to like a cubic foot of material.
Since Argus has already like walked out the door, you see Zolovier just standing there like,
Don't worry, I will follow you.
We shall be in the market, and I leave, and I walk after Argus.
Yeah. So over the course of a few seconds, you help this man clean his instruments. He's like, well, look at you being all fancy. Thanks.
I apologize for my friend's enthusiasm.
Yeah, might want to teach him some manners. He's bound to run into someone who has less patience than I have.
Oh, for sure. But that's not my lesson to learn.
I mean, people can tell you it hurts if you walk into a wall, but until they do it, They won't know it actually hurts.
Indeed.
Have a good day, ma'am.
Thank you.
And he goes back to his forging.
I will try to go to the market.
Yes, you can easily find the market. It's quite obvious where the market is located.
As I walk with Argius, the conversation, and I'm not gonna completely act it out because I think Argius is for the most part gonna ignore me anyway. But the conversation towards the market is gonna be mostly about how Zalavier does not get that Brenna would be infatuated with a swine like Leon. He's a savage. How could she? What? You know, like the confused friend. Just like why?
Argus is mostly just walking around, just silently nodding, and then offering up some street food that I pick up around the corners of the market, and
I
offering
mean-
some to both.
I mean, like, yeah, I get it. He's like hunky and stuff, but like, why? You know?
Oh, Irie, don't you think the seafood around you is just amazing?
Oh, absolutely.
Fucking amazing.
I mean, come on!
Ah, yes, Chalavier, of course. So, would you like to try that?
Would you like the herring or the tuna?
Oh man, this reminds me of home. And so I walk around the market. I buy like an equal of 20 rations.
Yeah, we can sort out like the mundane shopping stuff after the session.
But is there
Yeah.
any special
Fine.
shopping stuff?
If anyone wants to do any special shopping that they would like to act out, then tell me. Otherwise, we can just do this like in between
what-
sessions.
I'm asking you. We I'm just gonna put it out there. We just made a bunch of gold, like a fairly large amount.
Well, your characters are aware that there's a shop that sells magic items.
Well, perhaps we would like to peruse such an establishment.
Okay, then.
At
Let me
least
get to you in a few minutes, then.
At least that counts for me. I don't know about you guys, but I'd like to pop in and see if there's something fun that we can do with that money.
As we
Here.
cut away to Brenna and Leon for their part of this conversation.
Mm-hmm. I like running.
Well,
Leon!
you say
Leon!
that. I'm sure you've noticed that I've rolled the perception, right?
Yeah.
Leon is standing right outside the door.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Oh, Leon. Hi.
Infatuated.
What? What?
Infatuated. Mm-hmm. Right.
No.
You have my money.
Yes. Here's your money.
Thank you.
It's just there's a certain look about you, and there's a certain charm about you. I'm betting. I would take a bet to say that you are popular with the ladies, as they say.
DM.
Yes.
I need your help.
You need my
'Cause
help.
I haven't really expanded on this part of my character. What do I roll to see? Because I don't know.
Like to see if Leon would be interested in
No.
Brenna's.
Has Leon been popular when growing up, or even now.
Is that a charisma saving throw?
That's what I'm trying to find out, because I don't know.
I wouldn't call it like a charisma saving throw. I would base it on like a few of your stats. So let me get a small insight in your character sheet for a
I
moment.
think that would be a yes, because I got all the hunky stats.
You got all the hunky stacks.
I got the strength, I
Stats.
got the constitution, I got the charisma.
Stacks. Yeah. So Leon was pretty popular growing up as a kid because he was both the strong hunk as well as like the dude that could easily talk to people.
This
And
is
in his
Kevin now.
adolescence, when he started developing his less savory skill set, he started to drift away from like the common folk. You know, you started getting more contacts within that specific subset of the world.
Can I just make
I'd say, yeah, you are pretty popular, and most people you've interacted with do seem to remember you.
can I just make a roll
For what?
to see if there's a difference between Leon being popular and
Mhm.
Leon knowing that he's popular.
Yeah, true.
Fair enough.
So I'm gonna make a roll,
Yeah.
and based on that, I'm gonna give an answer. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the answer Leon gives is like, I mean, I guess I don't really know.
Well, whatever the case, yes, there's some attraction, but for the sake of our companionship, I choose to keep it on the down low, as they say. If you catch my drift.
I guess, but let me just explain myself. Do you know why I don't want to tell that man everything?
No.
Because people like him tend to find themselves dead if they know too much. Because he may be big, but he is not a warrior.
He's an artisan. Yeah.
He is going to get himself killed.
Well, I understand, but the questions he asked were a nature where he just informing about the task he had given us. That's why he was asking what about the situation with the kobold or the gnolls. So
Yeah, and we fixed that. And isn't that enough?
yes, but he would like to know how, so he knows what the situation is now, after our actions. So
I'm
he
sorry,
doesn't have-
but all I'm seeing is we fixed it, and how we did it is none of his business.
Well, if he's going to have business with these gnolls, it would be quite important to know that they are gnolls and that they are friendly, so that they can do business together without having a what you call it, a prejudice, the wrong kind of prejudice towards one another.
I suppose so. I still think he asks too many questions for his own good.
I understand. In your experience, asking too many questions is a bad thing. But this man was not asking too many questions for the situation that we were in. Can you at least recognize that?
I wholeheartedly disagree. But it is done now, and I want someone else to do this trade.
Well, that makes sense. I'm sure in this big city like this, there's plenty of other, well, adventurous merchants that are willing to enter into a business venture together.
Sure hope so.
And I turn, and I look at Leon, like, you were born in this city. Don't you know some people?
I don't really mingle that well with merchants. I know one guy really well, but that's only because I had to steal from him to stay alive.
Then I would suggest not going to that guy.
He's a good man. He supports his wife and children really well. Just, when you're hungry and a kid.
Yeah, I understand. Well, I don't really understand because I don't have the same experience, but I can have sympathy for your. Well, anyway, well, the marketplace has plenty of merchants there. Maybe some of them have a regular business in this city and down towards the south. So perhaps we should head to the market?
Worth a shot. I really need that furniture. And with that said, having that said, I leave.
I sort of like sort of confusedly follow and like, wait, furniture? As we walk towards the market.
Okay. In the meantime, a trio appears. Well, arrives more likely at a small shop called Books and Magics, which has been visited before by Irie, I believe. There was someone else with her, but I can't remember who was there. So you arrive at this little shop. It's a bit disorganized, and there's a elven woman sitting behind the counter, waving at you as you enter the store, saying, "Hello, welcome to Books and Magic. Can I assist you in any way?"
Show me your most expensive shit now. Is there anything that catches my eye?
So you walk in this shop, and it is like I said, it's a bit disorganized. It's a curiosity shop in that sense. Like there's a lot of scrolls lying around, weird magic items. Some boots stand on a table somewhere. There's an armor on a wooden mannequin. There's also a necklace around the mannequin over top of the armor. Some things have price tags, some don't. It's all interesting, weird kind of stuffs. Anything in particular you'd be looking for?
Yeah, me as a player is wondering the exact same thing.
I mean, you can also describe it in terms of like, I want to have a better armor, or I want to be able to swim like the fish, or something like that.
Oh, heck.
I would assume like Argius.
When I could swim with the dolphins.
problem? I don't know what I want.
There's quite some scrolls lying around, miss.
Oh,
I
I can
remember
read
you
through
being
them.
more magically inclined.
You could learn some new spells. Ooh.
And for the warrior type behind her, I do have an armor sitting over at the back.
Oh, I'm sorry. I do have some. You have some magical knowledge, right?
A bit.
Oh, I'm dying to ask you some questions for some research I have.
Okay.
So, what do you know
I
about
think we can arrange something.
What do you know about magical crystals?
Magical crystals. There's
Um,
gemstones that have certain magical properties.
yeah, it was sort of kind of a thing like that.
We're looking to learn.
My goblin companion
Yes.
recently encountered a with me while we were adventuring. We recently encountered a kind of magical crystal, and when a cultist swallowed it, it turned it into a monster.
That is quite curious.
I mean, as you may know, I'm not really around these parts. Is that usual?
No, most certainly not. And she looks at Zalafier standing there. Is this the companion you speak of?
Yes, that's him. Well, a goblin is easy to find, right? They are always civilized and well spoken, and yeah, small and green.
You're not from around here, are you?
Huh? How so?
Goblins, excuse me, sir, tend to be seen as a menace in most parts of the world. The ones that arrive in this town via ship are usually quite... I wouldn't say polite, but they are not attacking people on sight.
So you're saying like that my goblin companion is the exception rather than the rule?
Yes, very much so.
Oh, I have so many questions for him now, but that will wait. That will wait. If you can follow me to Xalavier, we can talk about this together. And I walk up to Xalavier.
Okay.
Mr. Arceus,
I am
there's
browsing.
time and the place.
What?
Yes, I don't mean to be rude, but I am a shop. If you're here to browse, you're free to be here. But if you're going to have a chat, there's other establishments out there that are better suited for your needs.
I'm very sorry. I'm not from around here. I'm not used to your customs. Sorry. I'll just go with my friends.
Right.
I would like some time to browse, please.
I I would like to specifically look for 3 items. If that's okay.
Yes.
So I walk up to the shopkeep.
Yes, Sir Goblin.
Yes. My name is Zalavier.
Well then, Mr. Zalafier.
I am perusing your establishment and I'm trying to find a couple of items, and I was wondering if you could help me find things along those lines.
Absolutely.
We just came from I'd say rather arduous journey through very cold climate. Do you perchance have something that might keep us warm in the cold and cutting winter air?
Are you looking for something for yourself or for you and your two friends?
I mean, I'm looking for something that might keep one of us warm, but if it could keep all of us warm at the same time,
Well,
without
for all
causing
of you,
any kinds of fires or anything.
Well, for the lot of you, I would advise just a regular blanket. But I think I do have something. Let me see. And she walks to a place in her store, crouches down, takes a crate from under a table. Ah, yes. And she pulls out a coat, a long trench coat lined with fur on the outsides, like on the end of the sleeves, and like down where you would have the zipper, or where you would fasten it with like a rope. It is a bit big for you, as you see, as the trench coat is about 1.5 times bigger than you are. This is enchanted with a spell that lets you endure the environment. So whether it's hot or cold, you can, up to a certain point, safely go about your day. Wouldn't suggest you jump into the Arctic Ocean or in a volcano, but for the most part it will protect you.
And would you happen to have anything that's a little bit more mobile?
Hold on.
I'd like to travel light.
Yes. So can you stretch your arms for me for a moment? Like to the sides.
Like, how high up is this counter? Like, am I just peeking over
Your
it?
head sticks over it.
Right, so I'm like a kid at a candy store, kind of.
Roughly.
Right, okay, yes. I stick my arms out.
Yes. And she drapes the sleeves on your arms. And when you fit, you wave it around for a moment, and the sleeve is all floppy because it extends past where your hand is. And then it shrinks until it fits you nicely.
Ooh.
And she has this gleeful grin.
Not nearly as cumbersome as I thought.
Oh, you look very comfortable.
Yes. And very handsome, might I add.
More
Very
handsome than
interesting.
that blasted Leon.
Leon's not there, so he doesn't know.
Right.
Okay.
And how much would this be? Given that it was stowed away in a chest behind your counter.
Let me see.
Million!
1 million gold.
Let me get the magic item table.
10,000 pieces of silver. Wait.
I think I could part with this for a 350 gold.
And would that price be static, or would it be cumulative if I were to purchase more items?
That is very dependent on what you're looking for, sir. But if you are willing to purchase more, I can probably give you a bit of a discount.
Do you... My friend here, and I point towards Irie,
Mm-hmm.
is very adept at making sure that, if I were to purchase this beautiful coat, to keep it clean. However, if I were, to be without her, I would not have that luxury. I'd have to wash it all by hand.
Yes.
Do you perchance have anything that could help me with that? Do anything similar? Clean me right up, so I don't have to go to Miss Irie unkempt, as I am sometimes.
So you're looking for a magic spell or item to clean yourself, if needed.
Yes.
I don't have something like that lying around at the moment, but given some time, I can probably procure something like that.
That's a shame.
Would take a few days of work.
Yes, but I don't know if I have a few days in this town.
Me neither.
Well, never mind about that then. How much are your healing potions?
Depending on the tier, they are of different prices. The most common healing potion is about 50 gold. And higher levels, let me look that up in the item list. An uncommon one. A potion of greater healing, as they say, would be about 100.
Right.
Alright, I have one question.
Yes.
I heard these magic shops can have an item that can provide endless water.
A decanter that can provide endless water.
Aye.
I should look, I'm not sure.
I know this magic text thing that I will just send to you.
The wonders
It's
of the magic internet.
The magic of the
Yes.
internet.
Yeah, I got the...
I'm looking for one of those and how much it costs.
let me have a moment to see if I have one. And again, she goes through her stuff because she has quite a lot of random shit. And at some point, she just goes to the back. You hear some clanging of like metal to metal. And she goes, she arrives at the front again, puts down a jug that has some arcane scribbles written close to the mouth. I still had one in the back.
Ooh.
If you're willing to purchase it, would go for 200 gold.
I'll pay that. I really, really need it. As you may guess,
Okay.
I can get into water trouble sometimes.
I do not try to assume, sir.
No problem.
Yes.
And I pay the 200 gold.
Okay. You get the decanter of endless water, which has totally not been taken from her kitchen like 2 minutes ago.
So, if
Yes.
I were to put in a request for you to procure me an item that might be able to cleanse me,
Yes.
how much would that set me back?
Let's see. You wanted a stone to clean yourself?
Yes.
Let me open the link you sent me. Okay. And she looks at your coat. So, say I pair it with the coat. I think I can run it and the coat together for a 400 gold price.
Tell you one better. I pay you 500 gold. 500 gold pieces. In good faith,
Mm-hmm.
you sweeten the deal with 3 of your finest healing potions.
Make me a persuasion. Let me
That's a
roll.
14.
And let me roll against that. You drive a hard bargain, Mr. Zalafier. I'll accept the deal. And she
Then we
writes
have come
down
to an
in her
agreement.
ledger.
Then we have come to an agreement.
Yes. So she,
And I hand over the hard-earned cash.
yes, she puts 3 healing potions for you on the table. And
What do I note down for the coat?
for the coat, and you can write down a coat of elemental protection, 3 normal healing potions, and I will note down that you will receive a cleaning stone in a few days. 1 second. So given with my order, as she looks in her ledger, I think I can have it done in 3 days. Would that be okay with you?
It might
I can
take a
also
little bit.
send it somewhere if you're willing to receive it someplace else.
There's no telling what I might be in 3 days, so is it okay if I leave it with you in the meanwhile?
That
Till I
would be
come to collect
also.
it, of course.
That would be terrific.
Now, if you would be so kind as to keep it in one of the lock boxes behind the counter, so it does not sell to someone else.
I wouldn't sell something that has been reserved for a customer, sir.
Perfect.
I know I come across as aloof, but I'm not that daft.
Better to be safe than sorry.
You are very correct. Have a wonderful day.
And I now
And
have
she
a coat.
looks at the other 2 people still in her presence. So, Irie or Argios, is there something you would like to buy or ask this woman?
I'm leaving just like Salavier does.
Okay.
I require some time to think.
Take your time.
In the meantime, we could go to Leon and me on the market.
Did Leon actually go to the market? Because he doesn't know that we're here.
No, I spent like some chatting with him, and then we went to the market.
Okay.
As per suggested.
Yes. So we arrive at the market, I suppose,
Yeah.
and we're kind of like sort of just browsing around and like. I'm also getting rations in the meantime, but like that's.
Leon looks a little bit disinterested in all of it. And that's mainly because he's looking for a merchant that wants to merchant.
A merchant that wants to merchant.
Yes.
Mr. DM,
Yes.
do we? Well, there of course it's an open marketplace, so there's plenty of merchants around.
Mm-hmm.
But do we see any like that stand out that are especially like sort of busy selling their wares like like praising them aloud or demonstrating them or like a very active marketplace employee, I suppose.
So you're looking for a loudmouth, basically.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, there's a few loudmouths around. Most of them just, employing the old tactic of just scream louder than everyone else so more people will hear you.
Yeah.
And you arrive at a stall selling some meat.
Some meat.
Yes.
Well, it is food.
And the lad in front of the stall says, "Hello, you, couple, married, friends, I don't care.
I hold Brenna
Would you
close
like
at the
some-
shoulder.
Would you like some meats?
What?
We have anything from chicken to baboon to cow to yak, and even
Wait, yak?
Yes, yak. Yeah, I know it sounds like yuck, but it's not bad. It's kind of like a bigger cow.
Do you have like a tasting sample?
Depends how much are you willing to pay.
That's what a tasting sample is.
I want to see how much I am willing to pay you, because I am willing to pay, but I would like to taste the yak first, see if it's to my liking.
Give me a persuasion.
uh, a 14 on persuasion.
A 14 on persuasion. Oh, it was the same as Zalafier, so I didn't notice. Excuse me.
That's okay. It happens.
Okay, and he goes back to the thing, and he cuts like a very small piece of meat. Like nothing more than a single bite. Here.
And I take it and like nom 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 nom.
Yeah, and he has given you a cooked one. So you won't be like eating raw meat.
What? No.
Yes.
That's
And
smart of him.
Actually kind of tastes like cow. It's a bit different.
Close to cow.
Well, it's essentially a bigger cow, so... Would you be interested? In a few pounds?
Well, maybe.
I might be interested.
Well, we could buy some, definitely.
How much do you have?
I have roughly one yak with me for today.
One whole yak.
How much do you have?
I think somewhere close in the 500 pound range.
Translate that into feeding a village.
to feeding a village. And you see him like calculate, like all the mathematical symbols float in front of him.
Yeah. That meme.
Yeah, I think like a village of 100 people for a few days, for a week, something like that.
I need more.
You need more. Like more people? More yaks?
More food. Anything and everything.
Are you giving a party?
No. I'm saving a village.
Oh. So there's this village out there and you want to feed them.
Yep, I do.
Depending on the arrangement, the travel times, the route.
You know that
You
one
can-
village that's down south?
Yeah, where people stop heading towards.
Yeah, it's clear now. And I'm looking for people to trade.
I see.
But first, I need them to be alive.
Right.
For that, you need food.
I think I'm getting the picture now. But a village can't survive on meat alone. I have a few buddies that can, probably help out, so to speak.
So to speak, or can help out.
Well, I have to talk to them first. But I think they're, open to help. This village got money, right?
Has some. Enough to keep interest.
Okay. I think we can arrange something.
And as trade, they can also make wooden things. Exotic wooden things.
Like carpenters or like art?
I think they're carpenters.
No.
They
Carpenters
promised
are
me
nice.
furniture, so
Well, that sounds like carpenters.
you'll also be able to make a profit back here if you get the right people involved.
I think I have an apt understanding of what I need to do.
Great.
So this village is down south? And
Yes.
then, it's the 1-2 days away? 4
Think
days
so.
away?
How many days was it away?
I think 4.
About two to 3-ish.
We'll
think you can
figure
manage?
it out. So, okay. Thank you for this tip. What is your part in this?
There are some details that I would rather not say because it's not money that I'm after, it's other things.
Right. So,
Furniture is what I'm after.
let me ask it in a different way. You are giving me a tip for a merchant trade route with a village that has been starving,
Yep.
so we can make a lot of money.
Yep.
What do I pay you for this information?
Yak.
How about some favors?
How about a favor? A favor.
Some. One big one or a few smaller ones.
Depending on what the smaller or big ones are.
Will be.
Well, the
We'll,
big one will
we'll work
obviously
something
be you going out of your way to do something, and the smaller ones will probably be some food.
Sounds reasonable. Think we got a deal?
Leon sticks out his hand.
He takes it and shakes it.
Leon squeezes, draws him in close, then says, "Don't you dare fuck me over."
It all depends on how much you're gonna fuck me over.
What? Not even an intimidate roll. This man, he ain't spooked.
He's spooked but nothing.
You two speak the same language. Like this guy is not a warrior per se, but he does know a little bit of like the language. So it's an eye-to-eye thing.
Absolutely, I'm
That's what
happy
you're
with that.
like. If you're not gonna fuck him over, he's not gonna fuck you over. That's basically what he's saying with this.
I am very happy with that.
Brenna just standing in, like beside them, like, what the fuck is going on?
Munching on a bit of sample yak.
Nom 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 nom.
So, Brenna, I'm feeling a lot better now. I got my plans done.
Yes, everything is a-okay.
Would you like some yak?
Well, do you maybe have it like in a jerky form? Dried
Yak
and
jerky.
yak jerky.
I can probably slice some up for you.
That would be nice to munch on while we
How much you looking
browse
for?
around some more. Oh, just like handful.
Your hand or my hand?
My hand.
His hand.
His hand.
I want some too.
So for the two of you, 2 silvers.
I pling him 2 silvers.
He gives you 2 handfuls of yak jerky,
Yeah. Munch, munch, munch.
which would count as like a ration, I suppose.
I immediately start eating it.
That's fine.
Yeah, just
the yak.
like a sort of a snacky thing.
Snack yak.
A snack yak, yes.
A snack yak.
And I turned to Leon. Actually, I also wanted to. Well, we got a bunch of money now, and I had some ideas for some magical item to help us on our journey as well.
All right.
So, shall we look for a magic shop?
Let's do that. I've never really been in one, so
There we go. And
it's a new thing to do.
Yes, and we head towards the magic item shop. That probably the rest of the party is either just leaving or like.
No, we still have a very pensive Irie.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah. So you see 2 familiar faces standing outside, waiting for Irie to make any form of decision.
One of them in a very comfortable coat.
Yes.
I
Actually, is quite more comfortable than it was before you got that coat.
It's growing on me.
Literally, haha.
Yes.
Because it's
You mean shrinking on you?
Oh,
Hey.
stop it, you. Anyway,
Hey.
so as you walk in, this woman says, "Have you decided yet, hun? Might I offer a few suggestions?"
always.
So you're the magic kind, right? Are you the studied magic? Perhaps?
I have studied a long time for.
Yes. Well, there's a few
My
spell
abilities, I
scrolls I
suppose.
can offer you.
All right.
Some lower, some higher level. Let me see what this woman has. Come on, my page should load faster.
Oh no! The page.
Yeah, the internet is cracking up a little bit today. I'm not sure
Oh
why.
no!
Oh,
Oh boy. Ah, there we go. There we go. I have a somewhat defensive spell called Absorb Elements. If you're hit with fire or acid, or someone tries to zap you, you can react and put up a bit of a shield.
Right.
I have something that will make you understand all languages.
Oh,
For escaping purposes, I have something that can conjure up a smoke screen so you can run. Or you could foil archers by taking away their line of sight.
right.
There's the classical arcane shield, which will help you fend off blows. Or if you're willing to have a bit of fun with your enemy, you can blast them away with a big wave of sonic energy.
I see.
So basically what she says, she has Absorb Elements, she has Comprehend Languages, Fog Cloud, Shield, and Thunder Wave. And of the higher level, she has Darkness and a spell of Knock, which is basically a spell that produces a very loud sound, but can unlock almost any mundane lock in existence. So find a closed door, you knock on it, and it opens.
Am I being redundant already?
Yes.
Damn it.
Oh, poor.
Not great
poor-
for
poor
sneaking
Leon.
purposes.
I mean, she has it. Doesn't mean I need to buy it. But
I'm
it is a
actually
spell that exists.
fair. I'm actually quite interested in the scroll of comprehend languages. Was it called?
Yes,
That
comprehend
sounds
languages.
interesting.
It doesn't allow you to speak any language, it allows you to understand it. So it's
That's
basically a
totally cool.
one-way Google Translate. And
A translation machine.
yes, and a spell scroll of that level would run you 125 gold.
And I wish it was a one-way Google Translate so that the DM would have to translate all of their stuff into barely coherent English. That'd be really funny.
I mean, I'm already doing that, aren't I?
Oh snap!
Oh,
no.
Silvern!
Oh, Snowbeard! Oh!
Yeah. But if you
Right.
want to buy it, it would be 125 gold for the scroll itself, and then you'd need to buy the writing supplies, which is, I believe, 50 gold per level. Unless you are you're a divination caster, so divinations would be halved for you.
Okay.
So specifically scribing divination scrolls is half cost.
Is comprehend languages a divination spell?
It might be. I think it is.
Wouldn't surprise me.
It actually is a divination spell.
Oh, there you
So
go.
you'd need 25 gold.
Right.
So for a total of 150, you could add comprehend languages to your spell list,
No.
which you could cast. Yeah, known spell list. And if you're not like
I
if you
thought
don't
they-
have ideas, then we can talk like outside session
Yes,
as well.
that would be a good idea. Let's quickly get over this.
Yeah, just hit me up whenever.
And Zalovia
Give it a
needs to
scroll
come
and
back
fun.
anyway.
Yes. And I see 2 other guests have arrived. You're interested in anything?
We're on a date.
Lucky you.
No, we're just browsing.
Can I
You can see that Leon
interest a
has
happy
the,
couple for...
Leon has the shit-eating grin on his face.
I have a special set of rings that might be able to help you. So you always know if the other is in danger.
Aww.
When I'm around, everyone's in danger. Don't need it.
Like blushing like crazy, like oh my god. Oh
Yes.
no.
Anyway, anything that piques your interest?
I mean, Leon's eye obviously just jut towards the armor, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the amulet that's on there.
I see you're a fan of using protective garments.
No.
That there is a mariner's armor. It allows you to swim like a fish.
Oh, I don't like water.
No, it's sad.
Never learned how to swim. Don't intend on starting.
Well, fun thing. With that armor, you can swim as naturally as a fish. You actually don't need to learn it. It comes to you as long as you have that armor.
How much is it?
Good question.
And also, DM, what kind of armor is it? Because if it's leather, then I'm going to say new.
I'm gonna look it up for you.
The bikini.
It's a bikini.
Chainmail bikini.
It's the
Chainmail
chainmail bikini boy. And let's see, it is a... I gotta look up like the armor table. Because this doesn't mention like what type of armor it is. It is a breastplate that has the mariner's enchantment on it.
Breastplate is how much AC?
1 moment. I'll give to you this calculation in a moment. Breastplate is a 14 plus your dexterity modifier of maximum 2 for a 400
that's a
gold.
no. That's a no.
Okay. Well then, that's a shame. So, I guess I'll find another buyer. The amulet on top is a Period of Health. And what it does is if you are in combat and you are being attacked and you go unconscious, it automatically heals your wounds so you don't bleed out. It doesn't heal you, but it can stop you from dying.
I'm sorry, I just not that interested.
That's a shame.
And also,
To each
that's
their
what
own.
that's what I'm here for. Goddammit! Oh! do not steal my thunder from me, you bitch. No,
Rude. Anyway, and the lady.
I'm sorry, this just popped in my mind, and this is on the same vein. But I have my own life dispensing right here.
Mm-hmm. Oh, good for you.
I look around a bit and like, I've noticed my companions are usually rather cold in this winter landscape.
Mm-hmm.
I know the summer is soon upon us, but do you have perhaps a gemstone that generates heat, like in a room? Is it perhaps I don't know.
That depends on whether you're looking for something permanent or something usable. Usables, I have a few. But something permanent would need to be enchanted, as your friend has bought the other one that I had. And she picks up a box of greyish round stones.
Just a second.
Mm-hmm.
How does this lady know that we're friends?
Well, I assumed you would like go in and greet Irie, or Irie would have greeted you.
No, but I mean more as in, I bought the coat.
Mm-hmm.
How does she know that I know these two?
Then rephrase. I sold the other one to the gentleman standing outside my room, my shop.
Oh yes, Salapier. Yeah.
An acquaintance.
Well, I'll take a look at the usables, see if there's any.
Yes, these are called heat stones. They will provide the same comfort a campfire will for roughly 8 hours once activated.
Yes.
And I can put in a bunch of them. Let's say, how about 10 for 50?
So they each provide 8 hours of heat
Yes.
once.
Yeah.
And then they're fizzled out. So
And they're fizzled out.
10 of them for 50, you said?
Yeah.
That seems fair. Yeah. That I'm okay with that.
Okay. Thank you.
And well, some healing potions would be good as well. The normal ones, the common ones.
The common ones. Well, your acquaintance outside bought a few. So I have a lesser stock. But this is what I have, and she puts down 2 normal healing potions and the 1 potion of greater healing.
All right. I look towards Leon, and then Irie, and then like 2 normal ones and 1 greater one, right? You said?
Yes.
Yeah. How much would that? How much would it be for all 3?
For all 3 would be 200 gold.
So 250 gold total. Is that correct?
Total. If you put in the heat stones.
Yes. Is there something in... No, I think that's it for now. Oh, perhaps a torch. But
a regular torch?
No, more a magical torch that is it perhaps an everlasting flame of. Don't know if that's a thing.
A everlasting one. Let me look this up. Continual flame is the spell called. I do not have this spell myself. I do know that I can hit up one of my friends, and they can probably enchant one of those torches for me. I think I can have that done by the day after tomorrow.
I'll. Yeah, let's do that. I'll have that as well.
Okay. So a everlasting torch. I think that would cost you 100 gold as well. Let me look it up if such an item exists in 5th edition. It actually does. Yeah. So 100 gold for such a torch would bring your total to 350.
Yes, that will be all.
And I'll have it enchanted the day after tomorrow. For
Very
you.
well. I'll keep that in mind.
Yes. Anything else?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, then I bid you a fine day, And I'll see you in a few days.
Yeah.
Thank you for your patronage.
Thank you for your hospitality. Have a good night.
Yes. Have a
Or
good day.
Good day. Yes. Whoops.
And as you walk out the store, recollected amongst your friends, I would like to end the session on that note.
Okay.
We'll be back in 2 weeks. Thank you all for joining. Thank you all for watching. Those that stuck until the end. And we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Whoop.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.